This company has a peculiar rule. Employees must push a millstone in this room for 8 hours a day. Even when their legs tremble with exhaustion, they dare not slack off. If they don't complete the task, they risk execution by lethal injection. Even if they finish the task, they cannot be the last one to finish, or they will face the same fate. The daily wage is just a sandwich and a bottle of water. Jack was furious when he heard the news. He had applied for the boss's secretary position. So why was he inexplicably locked in here? At that moment, the screen suddenly lit up. The system said he had to push the graphite 50 laps today, or he would be fired. Jack was delighted to hear this, as he had long wanted to leave this terrible company. But at that moment, the co-worker next door suddenly reminded him to complete the task honestly, or else the consequences would be unimaginable. Jack thought the consequence would just be getting fired, but when he heard the screams from all around him, he realized what dismissal meant. He quickly went to the millstone, only to find it incredibly heavy. Even using all his strength, he couldn't move it an inch. Then he shook his arms, rolled up his sleeves, and refused to believe that his 200-pound frame couldn't budge the millstone. Yet, it remained as immovable as a rock. Seeing that the time limit was about to expire, Jack quickly put all his strength into it. Finally, he pushed the graphite, but it wasn't over yet. He had to turn it 50 times to complete the task. As a reward for the first turn, the system gave him a special drink, and that's how Jack became an official member of the company. As the days went by, he became more and more skillful. He even managed to double his daily task completion. Unexpectedly, this effort would later cause a devastating disaster for his colleagues. As a reward for over-delivering, he was given twice as much water and food as everyone else. Many colleagues, however, couldn't even meet their basic quotas. Jack heard their screams every night, and he never slept a wink. When his next-door colleague learned that Jack's daily quota was 100 laps, he was shocked, thinking Jack might have been hired by the company to escalate competition. If Jack continued at this pace, it would surely cause problems. If the company realized that employees could handle more than 100 laps, they might increase everyone's workload. The colleague hurriedly advised Jack to complete just a bit more than the basic quota daily, avoiding being the last. The most important thing was not to tell others about his daily quota. Otherwise, they would push him up 2 more rounds and make him the last place. Jack understood this but was driven by thoughts of his pregnant wife, which filled him with motivation. He broke his own record, completing 150 laps. At that moment, his door was knocked. The staff told him to hurry to the door. Jack panicked immediately. Despite exceeding his task, he wondered why he was being dismissed, but the staff ignored him. They just yelled at him to get his ass over here. Then they told him to take off all his clothes. Confused but compliant, Jack undressed completely. Soon he was naked. Then they opened the door. After being trapped here for so long, getting out seemed like good news. But now he wasn't happy at all because Jack didn't know what was waiting for him. As soon as he stepped out, the machine in front suddenly sprayed water. The next second, a staff member threw him a bar of soap. It turned out that the reward for completing 150 laps was a shower. After his shower, Jack meditated for a long time, wondering if greater completions meant greater rewards. Maybe he could eventually regain his freedom. Thinking of this filled him with strength, and he pushed through 370 laps. After pushing, he sat down and rested, thinking that he had exceeded his goal by 6 times. He must be able to get out of here. Just when he was longing for freedom, the system began to speak.
You performed excellent work yesterday.
Then a staff member handed him a box from the door.